There's something maddening in this house. Something monstrous. Time and space have their own rules here.
Hello, hello. This is the Doom Show. Richard, Brad, Jeffrey, Nava. It's the Doom Show. Hello, hello. This is the Doom Show. Slashers, giallo, and horror. It's the Doom Show. The cuckoo clock interrupts the show. Doomed movie-thon. Death of the old salesman. Sweaty Cameron Mitchell. Hello, hello. This is the Doom Show. Richard, Brad, Jeffrey, Nava. It's the Doom Show. It's the Doomed Show. Doomed Show.
I'll record too.
Hey, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Nah, fuck it. We'll do a podcast.
Might as well.
Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I am Richard. Folks, I am joined by the maestro himself, Jeffrey Paganini Nino.
You can't see me right now, but I am conducting this orchestra furiously.
I'm giving my soul to Satan.
Good for you.
Just for fun. I forgot to ask for anything in return.
Whoops.
Oh, shit. I guess I could have been like, hey, dude, can I play guitar, competently? And the devil would laugh. He would laugh!
You know, you really got to read the fine print.
I know. And it's all in bold, so it was easy. I'm dumb. We are here. There's no segue there. We are here to talk about the Paganini Horror from 1989, directed by...
Golden year. Ooh.
Oh, the beautiful year. Two amazing films dropped from this director in the same year. There's Demon 6 De Profundis and Demon 6 2 De Paganini.
Wow, I can't believe you managed both of those in 12 months. I mean, I feel like I needed 12 months to recover after watching just one of them.
Oh yeah, we both watched this a year ago. We decided to wait. Oh man, this is quite a special film. This is from Fulvia Film. That's the production company. They did Zombie Holocaust, The Beyond, New York Ripper, Manhattan Baby. I'm starting to laugh at my joke already. Formula for a Murder, and of course, Flying Sex.
Ooh. Have you seen that one?
No, we got to get around to it. I think it might be important.
I mean, what is the sex that is flying? I'm confused about that. I don't really know what to picture. What's on the poster?
I'm just guessing it's airplanes doing it.
Okay. I was imagining something actually sprouting wings.
Ooh.
But, well, I don't know. I mean, I will not put anything past our friend Luigi Cozzi.
Yep. This was written by Luigi Cozzi and Raimondo del Balzo, which is the greatest name ever given to a human other than Fabio Testi.
Yeah, I mean, outside of a soap opera, where are you getting a name like that?
Nowhere. Let's see. Not much on this dude's resume for writing. Shocking, you know. But there's a third writer involved here who apparently worked on this screenplay, and it's Daria Nicolodi.
Oh, yeah. Also starring.
Yeah, I know. It's in the credits on the movie itself. It's got with the special participation of, but she's top billed on IMDb.
Uh-huh.
And that's not too good. She's not real committed to this one. She's in it.
She's in it throughout. I mean, she's, prominent, yeah.
She's been much better in other films.
Well, 1989. Just keep repeating it to yourself. It's like a mantra. It makes it all make sense.
She's like, my common law husband isn't here to kill me. What do I do?
Oh, no.
I say we jump right into this. I mean, I learned something about the MVP of this movie, Mr. Paganini himself, the composer / violinist, and that he had syphilis.
Oh, did he?
and they tried to treat it with mercury.
Oh, darn.
Whoops. But I did listen to some actual real Paganini music.
Yeah, I did too.
And it's like fucking like death metal of frickin' violin. It's wild. I'll play a little right here. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, he lived up to his reputation, which I think he bragged about since they wouldn't bury him on consecrated ground for a while. I think he bragged about selling his soul to Satan because the Vatican actually prevented him from being buried in a church or in a like a Christian burial ground for 4 years. His family had to beg to get him buried in an actual church cemetery.
Pretty hardcore. I mean, when Klaus Kinski stars as you in a biopic, I mean, you know that you've kind of fucked up, or you've succeeded very well. Depends on how you want to,
I
construe
call that
it.
Success. Nice. But yeah, enough history. Boring. This movie certainly doesn't focus on it very much.
Fair to say.
The film opens with some water and some synthesizer. The composer for this beautiful music-centric film is Vince Tempera, which I want to call Vince Tempura all the time because of, sushi.
Yep.
This guy did so much freaking good music. He did music for Four of the Apocalypse, and he did that weird Godzilla film where Luigi Cozzi released Godzilla King of the Monsters in 1977 with a synthesizer soundtrack.
I think you told me about that.
I have never seen it,
but I'd never heard of it. Yeah,
bizarre. Just that it exists is strange. I need to check it out.
Yeah.
The Psychic, Lucio Fulci's The Psychic, as well as Lucio Fulci's Silver Saddle, and a movie that you're always excited about, White Pop Jesus.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, I love him. But I gotta say, though, that for a movie that's ostensibly about music, the music in this, not terribly memorable. I think it's actually incredibly unremarkable.
I found a few spots that are good, but yeah, it's not, this isn't like Goblin firing on all cylinders or, even Keith Emerson, his music for like Inferno. This is like...
Well, and the thing is, it's, why do we not have more violin on the score? We have, I didn't really hear any. Like, what?
When the violin is being played.
Yeah, that's the only moment.
This mysterious Paganini, and then later by one of our main characters. Yeah, I think that's about it.
But it seems minimal. All right.
Well, IMDb has a link that says why Lily Sobieski left Hollywood for good. So maybe she's pissed off that there wasn't more violin in this movie.
But that was the reason. In 1989, she left Hollywood for good.
Only to come back.
I don't know.
Lily!
Lily, come back.
So the movie opens up in Venice.
Yes.
The greatest little city on Earth.
Yep.
And we have, I wrote her down as Little Betsy Ross.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what that means. She's not carrying the American flag.
No, well, I know what you mean because I described her as an American Amish in Venice.
Nice. We're on the same page here.
Yeah. She has like a little bonnet on. She's all like, the bulk of the movie is set in 1989. This prologue is set presumably like, I don't know, 30 years earlier.
Yep.
And she's definitely dressed way too old-timey.
She's a character out of time.
Actually, that is literally true.
Bingo. She's got a little violin case and she's getting a gondola ride. And then immediately cuts to my childhood bedroom where she's playing a piece of music called La Strega, or The Witch. The Witch's Dance, to be precise.
I really like I like your childhood cat Sparkles with the bow tie.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, he's so cute.
Dude, this bedroom is amazing.
I actually really like the like end table that is a giant hourglass. That's pretty badass.
It's like inside of Punky Brewster's brain or something. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I like how she's playing this piece of music called The Witch's Dance, and that automatically makes me think of Suspiria and Inferno and The Mother of Tears, and of course, the greatest of all of Dario Argento's films, Demon 6 De Profundis.
Wow.
Which he forgot to do because Cozzi picked up the slack.
You know what? I think you could actually make a case that this is just as much the third Mother's film as Three Mothers film as Demon Sick is.
Oh, that's true. There you go.
Like, it's kind of doing similar things, and maybe actually more closely hewn to Inferno and Suspiria anyway.
Where are the Blu-rays of these movies?
Yeah, I want a double feature right now.
Oh my God, it's not fair. I hate downloading from the internet. It's so mean. So she gets done practicing. We get to see this girl's mother. Oh, we should point out the little girl is Sylvia, played by Giada Cozzi, who is Luigi Cozzi's daughter.
Cute.
Yeah. So she sees her mother getting into a bath in the nightmare bathroom from hell.
It's blood red. Everything's red.
Oh my God, it's so great. It is like, just the tile is creepy. There's nothing really creepy about the scene. And then she's playing with that doll that we compared to Steve Bannon's face or before we started.
I mean, technically, it's Barbie's friend, Skeletorella. It's really hard to explain. It's got it's a Barbie with like a bronze skeleton face, and it's wearing like Barbarella's outfit. It's bizarre.
I think it's the best set piece in the movie. Or just the best piece.
Sylvia tentatively dips the doll's hair into the bath to give it a little quick shampoo.
Because it's dirty.
Yeah, oh yeah. And is using actually it's the cleanest part on that whole doll. But she uses a hairdryer to dry off the soaking wet doll hair, which is, completely unbelievable.
And right next to the tub where it belongs.
Yeah, naturally.
So she throws the hairdryer into the bath and electrocutes Mom.
Yep, we get some wonderful blue electricity opticals as her mom goes O-faced and gets all scabby.
Yeah, I think it just imported the lightning effect from Hellraiser for this. So good.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, I thought that looked fucking horrible when I was watching Hellraiser the first time.
Yeah.
Like now I love it, but as a kid I was like, that's really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, there's no getting around it. Whenever in the late 80s you see these lightning effects, not a good look.
It's just so hard to express just the homoerotic underlying narrative of Clive Barker into forcing it into the unsuspecting eyes of straight young men watching his movies.
You were greatly affected.
I am gay now. Thank you. Okay, we hard cut to some sweet ladies sweetly rocking forever.
They're a nearly all-girl rock band. They are wearing red jumpsuits.
Oh yeah.
And they are playing their hit song called You Give Bon Jovi a Bad Name.
Turn it down lower. More guitar. Yeah, I think that's better.
What is the name of this band? I want to know. Are they just called Paganini Horror? Or is the video that they're going to make later Paganini Horror?
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of their new hit single, because it really
what are they
off
called?
The tongue. I have no idea. I never picked it up.
Kate and the Catelets? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'll buy it. Why not?
Sure. So yeah, you don't need pants to rock. Even when you're in the studio, you have to wear your outfits. And don't plug in any of the instruments, whatever you do.
Well, that would be going too far.
I know. Who could afford chords? Whatever. So yeah, we've got the band leader, who is Kate, and she's played by the amazingly named Jasmine Maimoni.
Maimoni. That's what their producer says. Maimoni.
Maimoni has a first name. It's Jasmine. That was bad. This actress was in Magnum Cop, and she was in Demons, and she had a part in Demons 6 Day Profundus, but not credited, so I'm not sure. But yeah, she's our lead singer, and man, oh man, she's good.
She's singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The song, I believe, is called Stay the Night, and it's pretty wild.
It's literally a Bon Jovi ripoff. It sounds exactly like You Give Love a Bad Name.
But girls sing it, so it's not copyright problem.
Okay.
Their producer, Lavinia.
Yeah, also a.k.a. the Hangman, as they affectionately dub her.
This is Maria Cristina Mastrangelli. Man, these names are amazing. Let's see.
And she's like really pissed off during the entire recording of this song because she hates it. Have you seen Pod People?
No.
Well, there's this really great moment where there's a band recording a terrible song. And when they're done recording the song, the lead singer of the band says, well, the producer says, like, how do you like it? And the lead singer goes, he throws up an A-OK sign and goes, it stinks. I was imagining her to do something similar after they finished, but she didn't. She let me down.
Well, it stinks.
That's the second time on this podcast you've brought that up. I need to see this movie.
You really got it.
So you don't like this one either, huh? It's the same old stuff. There's nothing original about it. I know. It's the violin, but it's essential to the sound. No, it's not the violin. It's the whole song that doesn't make it. There's something missing. I know the difference between a hit and the mundane. Oh, really? Let's hear it then. If you knew what it was, we wouldn't be here discussing it. If you ask me, your creativity has fallen on its ass. You keep doing the same stupid things over and over again. I cannot make million-selling records all the time. I just can't. Yeah, but this one wouldn't sell 1,000, Kate. It's anonymous, boring. I'd rather not even record the thing. Well, I have to record it now, Lavinia. People are already asking for it. Yeah, but this isn't it, honey. Find another song, something new, something mind-blowing and sensational. That's what people expect from you. Another hit, not rehashed bullshit.
It's just awesome when she tears into Kate. Oh my god. So the rest of the band, before we get away from all these important characters.
Yeah.
We've got, let's see, Elena. I believe Elena is the guitar player. And then, let's see, who is she?
I think Elena's the one who wears like the cutout pink bodysuit later. Yeah,
She just rubs her butt on the camera at some point. It's fucking amazing. That's the famous actress Michelle Klipstein from nothing other than this.
Can we just preface everybody's names with the famous?
Yes, we can. We have the famous Luana Ravagnini, no relation to Paganini, I don't think. She plays Rita, the bass player. She is from such films as Paganini Horror.
I've seen that one.
You've seen at least 75% of it. Oh, no, wait, you liked 75% of it.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I watched the whole thing. Richard, we're talking about it right now.
Spoilers.
The only non-girl, unfortunately, they couldn't even find a girl drummer, duh, is Pascal Persiano, who played Daniel, or according to my notes, Paul.
Oh, I don't know where you got that one.
I wrote Paul down like 1,000 times before they started saying Daniel over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, they really say Daniel like 1,000 times.
I don't know where I got Paul from. Maybe Paul was the guy in the studio with Lavinia. Maybe there was somebody else in there.
Yeah, the guy with the wicked unibrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Pascal Persiano was in Fulci's Voices from Beyond, which I like quite a bit. He was also in The Sweet House of Horrors, where he actually played Eyebrows. He was in Demons 2, and yeah.
So, I mean, what you're telling me is this is a real ensemble cast. This is like the Ocean's 11 of Italian horror, yeah?
If Ocean's 11 had all people that you didn't know who they were.
Okay.
Yes. So absolutely yes.
All right, I thought so.
I did write in my notes, producer no likey.
No, she hates this song that's being made. And Kate gets real upset about it. Oh. And she has a very weird statement where she says, oh, I know, it's the violin that makes it unoriginal, but it's essential to the sound. And that's really weird because that's exactly what Dylan said at the Newport Folk Festival when he was being pelted by tomatoes for playing an electric violin.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the same thing?
Same exact words. It's crazy.
She almost destroys the stool that's in the studio there, but she decides to be the bigger woman and not do it. But that stool looked pretty scared. It shook.
Kate also complains, quote, I can't make millions all the time. And it's like, come on, Kate, shoot for like, you know, a couple bucks.
I think Kate and the Catelets is definitely a million-selling record band.
I am extremely doubtful. Because there's this moment where they're arguing with each other, and the dubbed voice actresses are like pitching at the exact same level, and their voices are pretty similar, so it almost sounds like one person arguing with herself. It's bizarre.
Meanwhile, as you know, they're leaving the room and everything, Daniel, the drummer, he looks pensive. And we immediately cut to him doing something shady out in their Venice.
What's the shadiest thing you can do but go meet Donald Pleasence in a ruin?
Wow. Donald Pleasence, this is not the worst I've ever seen him. That would be, oh my God, what is that? What is that 2-hour movie? Fatal Frames.
Coming soon to Hello, This is the Doom Show.
Oh my God, man, come on.
We're definitely doing it. Give me a break. I love it.
You and Brad can do it.
What's the one he died during filming of?
That's that one, I think.
It's that one?
It was that
where
one.
they have like an impersonator show up?
Yeah, they have an impersonator show up, and then they play the Michael Myers little theme, the Halloween theme.
Yes.
Hey, if that movie was an hour and a half, it'd be a masterpiece.
Well, I mean, you are right, because Donald Pleasence only looks about 83% dead in this movie. So he's doing okay.
Oh my God. So he meets him in this fallen down building for some shady deal, and he gives him a bag full of cash. I'm going to call it a sack for one of my jokes later.
Okay.
He hands him this briefcase, and he tells them, you know, oh, it's very important, though it weighs almost nothing. And then he tells him the combination of the briefcase that this mysterious object is in. What's that frickin' combination, Jeffrey?
It's 999. Oh, hold on. My notes are upside down. 666. Duh. Okay.
Yeah!
That makes sense.
666. All right. Let's metal. Sorry.
And what's inside when he opens it up but the most metal of things? An old parchment with a wax seal.
I'm telling you, man. That's... Whew.
Throw up those devil horns.
I know, freaking Ronnie James Dio spinning in his grave because he's excited about the paper and the seal because it's metal as hell.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Pickett?
Daniel, come in. I'm over here.
Hi, Mr. Pickett. Couldn't we have met somewhere a little less out of the way?
No, Daniel, this place is perfect. We have a transaction to make. A very particular one. Did you bring what I asked for on the telephone?
Yes.
Good. Yes, it's light. It's very, very light. It contains only one thing, but it could mean a lot to the person who possesses it. Right, Daniel? Check it if you like. The combination is 666.
They cut back to the studio. Daniel's, pounding away at the ivories.
Well, before then, though, I mean, we do have a final moment between these two.
Oh.
Where Donald and Daniel are just looking at each other, like into each other's souls. They're laughing and smiling, and they're gonna go fuck. I mean,
there's extra things we didn't see to that transaction.
Yeah. I mean, you buying something off the devil, you gotta pay up.
Ritualistic butt sex.
Oh,
gotcha. We cut to the studio where, not Paul, Daniel, still don't know who Paul is. Daniel is hammering away at the ivories to this piece of music, and written on the music is the title of the film. Paganini Horror, in case you didn't know what the episode was. The girls are excited. They can't wait to jump into this music.
And I think they shame Lavinia for not knowing about this. They're like, you don't know about this unknown, never before heard song written by a secret murder cult? LOL.
Loser. I love how this is actually an effective part of the movie. They get possessed with excitement. They get so wound up that they start spitballing ideas of what they should do next.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, holy shit, this is great. They're all possessed.
Well, they actually decide that what they're going to do is just rip off Thriller. Exactly. They're like...
They even name drop it.
Yes, they say, this could be as big as Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's time to make the most original song ever.
This is the song for Kate. You like it?
Yeah, sure. That's nice. We should be able to come up with a winner out of that. Paganini wrote this song 200 years ago for some secret use, some secret sect that held mysterious ceremonies at night. Don't you know about it? No. They say he sold his soul to the devil in exchange for fame and wealth. Hey, you guys, don't you realize what this means if Daniel really has the original? We can use the title Paganini Horror. It's going to be fantastic, sensational. I can see it. People are going to love the music. No one has ever done anything remotely like it before, except for Michael Jackson with Thriller and his fantastic video clip.
They decide to call in this director named Mark Singer, which, is that a famous person's name? Does Mark Singer ring a bell to you?
It does. I wonder if that's the name of the director in Demon 6. That would be insane if it was.
Mark Singer is the actor who played Beastmaster.
The Beastmaster.
Okay.
He was...
Close enough.
I mean, he's no slouch, but he's the Mark Singer in this movie. We immediately cut to, what is this, Jeffrey? Is it a dream? Is it a music video? Is it another movie?
Music video.
Oh, thank you.
It's Beauty and the Skull.
Oh, God. It's nighttime, or the approximation of nighttime.
Yeah, we'll get a lot of approximations of nighttime.
I don't know how much time we want to spend on this actor. His name is Daria Nicolodi. I swear, there's so much day for night in this movie, it's like its own character. It's fucking amazing.
I wrote a joke later in my notes, but I may as well just do it now.
I'm ready.
When will this day for nightmare ever end?
Nice. Well done. We see Kate waking up from some kind of sleeping thing. I guess it's just sleep. And she's in a wedding dress. And they show the mask. Oh, God. What does this mask on this Paganini-esque Paganini character look like to you?
I mean, it looks like kind of the face on the doll from earlier, right? It's like
A little bit.
All right, so it looks a little bit like a black trash bag has been vacuum sealed over a skull's face. But it's not, like, that sounds scary, and this is not scary.
I wrote down that the mask looks vaguely racist, but I have no idea who it's supposed to be a caricature of. Like, what race? It's just, oh, God, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It looks really, really uncomfortable, and maybe the actor they hired to be in that mask didn't have... Like, they were blind, so it didn't matter, they couldn't see through it.
Well, it's Donald Pleasence in there the whole time, so yeah.
Oh, spoilers! He's old, not blind.
Blind to the world.
We see a silhouette playing violin. We finally get some, like, actual violin on the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And then Kate hilariously asks, "Who put me in this dress?" There's a voice beckoning her through a doorway. It's like, "Kate, come hither," or whatever.
Yeah, come to me.
And dude, the set design, I wrote, nice set design, but I didn't mean it.
Yeah. She walks into a barren room where some candles mark the spot in a big X form. Like,
Yes.
it's so bizarre looking.
Oh my God. It's like they had 1/1,000,000th of the number of candles as the Every Breath You Take video.
Oh.
Which I just referenced on an episode with Simon.
And which one's creepier?
Sting.
Yeah, I thought so.
That tantric sex motherfucker.
The candles mark an X over top of a coffin. And when she goes over to it, she notes a ceremonial dagger that has a G music note on it.
Yeah, like a treble clef. So cheesy.
She also finds a contract on top, which is signed by both Paganini and Satan, who has his name written in like cursive down at the bottom. And you know, I think when you have your deal with the devil notarized, it's a lot less spooky. I mean, that's just me.
Did they fill it out in triplicate? What's going on here?
Yeah, this is like the carbon copy. So Paganini then pops out of the coffin, and it's a real pro wrestler entrance.
It's literally the freaking Undertaker.
Yeah, you can hear on the soundtrack very faintly Jim Ross in the background saying like, "By God, the Paganini, he's gonna send her straight to hell."
Wrestling jokes. I love it. The coffin lid explodes so unceremoniously, and then stab, as poor Kate gets stabbed repeatedly by this character, and then we find out it was just a music video. Mm-hmm. You win this round, Paganini Horror.
Mark Singer.
Yeah, he got us.
Beastmaster.
The Beastmaster.
Oh my God. Then all of a sudden, Daria Nicolodi is in this, and I honestly figured this would be her only scene.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
This is a nice, pleasant surprise. As much as I talk shit about her actual performance in this movie, it's always good to see Daria Nicolodi in anything. Mm-hmm. And she gives us a nice info dump to our characters here.
Yes, she tells us how she tells us the Paganini legend about how he killed his bride and used her guts to string his violin. And she says, in fact, it had a really unique sound. Maybe because the strings played forever the screams of his bride.
Ooh.
I mean, I think more probably it was her farts, but whatever.
That was a good fart joke. That was good. Those were farts.
Those were. Nice.
That's how mine sound.
According to the legend, it was right here, in this Venetian house, that Paganini sealed his agreement with the devil, and then killed his bride, Antonia, and used her intestines as strings for the violin that he played from then on. In fact, Paganini's violin had really a unique sound. Maybe because the strings played forever the screams of his poor bride.
What is going on with the makeup on this director? This guy is so distracting. He looks vaguely like the dude who played the cop in Opera. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
I almost typed in cop from opera. I don't think that's going to do it. I don't think so. Editing by Richard is fun because you don't get to hear it later. I'm loving it.
Urbano Barberini. He was in Opera and Demons. He looks like that guy. He looks like Urbano Barberini. But it's not Urbano Barberini. It's his like doppelganger with horrible, creepy makeup. And he's not supposed to be scary. The actor just looks terrible. It's Pietro Genuardi. He was from Cemetery Man, and he was also in something called Crack, which I'm assuming is about crack cocaine.
Sounds right. Or butt crack.
He was also in Umberto Lenzi's The Hell's Gate, also released in 1989, which, who knows, that could end up on this show. We got to get permission from Lenzi to talk about it. Or just, we have to inflate its importance in cinema, and then he'll let us do it. It's now gondola time.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite scene in the movie.
Okay, we got Donald Pleasence happily stroking his sack.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot that he was given that big thing of money. Yeah. So I was like, what is he? Is he like cradling bread? Like, is he just hungry? But he's being ferried here across the river Styx towards his own death. Poor guy. He's looking rough.
Man, oh man. Maybe he was paid in bread.
Oh no, he'd really fallen on hard times. But the scene becomes amazing. He goes to some sort of tower.
Like he walks
tower. He walks up some stairs, which is unbelievable. But he like opens a gate and smiles at the gate when he opens it. Like, I can't believe I managed to open that.
I assumed that there was somebody who didn't know they're making a movie off camera, and he just gave them a look like, it's okay. We're an Italian film crew. It's okay.
Or was it him not recognizing he was making a movie? I don't know. Could go either way.
Who are all these people? Leave me alone with my bread.
So he goes to the top of the bell tower, opens up his sack, and recognizes it's not bread inside, but actually money. And what does he have to do with the money? He calls them little demons and tosses them off the top of the fucking building. Wow.
Oh, and of course, they're all American dollars.
Yeah, this
they're
is
all ones.
If you didn't know it, this movie is a capitalist critique. And DP is making it rain.
Oh my god. You should have thrown some quarters and made it hail.
Ouch. That's a tall bell tower.
And then after he's done throwing the money, he explains the whole movie real quick. Oh, it's so good.
I felt like Little Demons was enough. He just says that a whole bunch of times, but then he goes too far.
Go, 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 all you little demons. Little demons. Little demons. Little demons. Little demons. Little demons. Yes. Little demons. Little demons. Little demons. Little demons, little demons. Yes, fly away, little demons, so that the real ones can take your place, so that what happened with Paganini will repeat itself this time as well, that the price for fame be extracted by the one to whom it belongs, His Majesty, Satan.
Oh man, Jeffrey, like, folks at home, as corny as it sounds, this is like the bread and butter of our fucking podcast right here.
Luigi Cozzi does not have a lot of faith in us as viewers, but he should. We're smart. Arguably, anybody who sees this movie is smarter than this movie. So, We cut from here to the Paganini Horror music video.
Already in progress.
Already in progress. It's been in progress all of our lives. And who do we see but who I would describe as sexy Frank Zappa?
Oh, Jesus.
It is this Elena? What was her name? Yeah, Elena. It's she's dressed as sexy Frank Zappa. They're like walking through this room, you know, because all the rooms are empty in this house, which is very convenient, so they can just put shit in it. But they put all these featureless mannequins draped with veils and like ribbons.
Called production value, Jeffrey.
Sure, we'll call it that.
What's the song sound like? What is this music? If you had to compare it to something, what would you compare this music to?
I don't remember what this song sounded like. It wasn't immediately ripping off any big rock hits from the 80s, so I didn't take note of it.
I wrote it was a rockin' version of ABBA's Diarrhea.
ABBA recorded their Diarrhea? Wow.
Like for 3 albums.
Oh. Made a career out of it.
That's that bass, yeah. All the girls come out, and this is where Elena really shakes her butt at the camera, and she actually is just turning and shaking her butt. Like it's not even subtle?
No. Does this movie know subtlety? I don't think so.
It is her best feature. When they kind of wrap up this video, they decide to take a little break. Mark says, "You guys are very, 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 very great."
That is what we'd call an overstatement.
That's enough for me. You are very, 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 very great girls.
All right.
Oh my God. They're kind of trying to barter or haggle for another day in the castle because Daria Nicolodi's character, if we didn't mention before, she owns this little villa/castle that they're filming in.
Yeah, she's the landlord.
So they're haggling for another day. They decide to take a break. The girls go to change out of their clothes, and one of them says about Mark.
That's what we're calling those things? Clothes?
Well, fabrics? Small fabrics. And someone says, "I gotta say that Mark's a genius. A talented genius."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Most geniuses just sort of sit in chairs and think and don't produce anything. But yeah.
Lame. Like Britney Spears.
Yeah, when they make the Britney Spears statue, she will be, she'll look a lot like the Thinker.
But she'll be on a toilet. Yeah.
Oh, dear. You said it, not me.
I did. They make the first mistake of horror movies, especially rock and roll horror movies. Never leave a bass player alone.
You know, outside of Spinal Tap, where it's always the drummer.
Yes.
In the horror movies, it's always going to be the bassist. Who needs them?
Yeah, so Rita is doing her makeup, and all of a sudden I saw something that we talked about in Iced quite a bit.
What's that?
There's some sex fog.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to sneak in the door. Sex fog!
This is some Paganini sex fog because, you know, he's a sexy fellow. He approaches Rita, threatens her exposed belly button with his ceremonial music note dagger.
No. This is the switchblade violin.
Oh, is it? Oh, because that pops up later.
Yeah, man.
Oh, damn. Well, yeah, the switchblade violin is amazing. I only took note of it when he attacks somebody else with it later on. And my immediate thought was this guy ought to get together with the Phantom Killer from Town That Dreaded Sundown and compose some tunes for trombone and violin.
Oh, my God. Man, you want to talk about scenes that are hilariously terrifying? That trombone bit is hilariously terrifying.
Yeah, unlike this scene.
It's just something. It's definitely a scene in this movie.
Paganini, as he's threatening this belly button, says, "You will pay in the only coin I ever accept, Wendy's value menu items." That's a spoiler for later on.
Yay! I really thought it was just video game tokens. That's what I'm into.
Do you ever like go through your like coin collection and find some of those still?
Yeah, sometimes I'll find that, and I'll find like a Canadian quarter.
Yeah, like, oh, what's this big gold coin? Oh, the country of Funscape. I can spend this there.
It's like, no, I could have lived. I could have kept playing Space Harrier like for a few more minutes.
If only.
I am not Daniel. And now you will pay. And you will pay in the only coin I ever accept.
Now that Rita's missing and no one can find her, Lavinia is being a dick again. Lavinia loves to be a dick, and she totally says, I regret making this deal for this music video shoot.
You know what? I don't believe her. This is the most action she's had in her life in a while.
Most people would cut off their left or right or both arms to work with Kate and the Catelets.
Yeah, you want to be responsible for a millions selling single.
They offer to replace Rita with Daniel, and there's a very subtle homophobic joke, which is not subtle at all, so they can finish the video with just him in drag. And he lisps something really terrible. Ugh. But what's funny is that he has a record contract with somebody else, and he has to stay in disguise as the Paganini. I keep wanting to say Panini. The Paganini.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Man, I love those like chicken pesto Paganinis.
You know, I've seen a Panini Horror in my day.
Oh my god.
Some delis, you know, all they serve is Panini Horrors.
Oh, the worst of the Starbucks ones. Like, hey, do you want me to heat that up for you? No, throw it in the garbage, you fucking asshole.
It might get warmer there.
Might be more tasty in the garbage than in my mouth. My mouth is pretty tasty. So, what?
Anyway, I'll worry about her tomorrow when I can talk to my lawyers. But in the meantime, we have this video to finish.
We can't finish the video with just the two girls. It's not enough.
So you replace her, Daniel. You play the girl, right? The third girl.
Right. With a wig and lipstick. Look, Lavinia, I love you, but don't talk bullshit, okay?
I'm not kidding, Daniel. Better youth than nobody.
You know that I'm under contract to another record label. Playing the role of Paganini is one thing. I'm covered by a mask. I'm no more than a mannequin. But to appear in person, Lavinia, forget it.
You said it, Daniel. You said mannequin.
Yeah? Well?
Well, mannequins. That's the solution.
Mannequins?
Yes.
What are you talking about, Mark?
Mark's bright idea to replace Rita is mannequins. And I'm kind of agreeing with him. You know?
Hey, that's really devaluing Rita.
Well, she is a bass player.
So they all they don't really split up, but Daniel like walks off in a huff, and he sees Rita, or a ghost Rita, who is dressed in like gauze or tissue paper. It's not very much, and she like very seductively beckons him into a empty room, because all the rooms are empty, or pretty much empty. Although this room is it's the color of like a conventional oven.
Oh Jesus!
It's got that extreme red lighting, and keeps on beckoning him forward and forward. And then he gets really distracted by like a decorative lighting fixture on the floor.
Yeah, lava. It looks like a lava lamp.
It looks kind of like a lava lamp. I don't think it is though, but It's a little bit like it. And he's just like a child, like, ooh, what's this?
Freddy.
And that dooms him, of course.
Yeah, and then Paganini sneaks in and gets him. He like bashes him over the head or something.
Or maybe gets stabby. I mean, Panini's a very stabby man.
Yes, he is. So we're outside, back with our favorite character, Dea Fernita, who, and I actually, to this film's credit, like this very picturesque Italian little villa here, I wish I knew where they'd frickin' film this thing. But it looks vaguely familiar, but it's actually like vibing out with the day for night and everything. It's like they're looking for the girls, or they're looking for Daniel and Rita at this point. And I'm just like, man, where is this? Love it.
I think Dea Fernita might be the actor with the most screen time, for sure.
Yes. Top billing over Daria Nicolodi right there.
Dea Fernita and Daria Nicolodi.
Together again for the first time.
Probably not the last.
No, absolutely not the last. After they get done with yelling at the night, or yelling at the day for night, they go back inside where they find Daniel's ring and a pile of ash where he had been. It's actually like a silhouette of his burned body on the ground. It's great. Then Kate falls through the floor.
As you do.
And then this movie cozies it up like it goes fucking bananas.
A man doesn't turn into a pile of ashes in a matter of minutes. Not even if the devil himself suddenly popped out of the ground.
Look out! The place is falling apart! The floor must be rotten! Hurry! Help her! We've got to do something for Kate! Help her, Mark!
Hold on to my hand. Hold tight. Don't try to reach her.
Yeah. So in response to Kate falling down the floor, falling through the floor, Beastmaster throws his hand down trying to like get her, pull her back up. But then lightning, that same old blue lightning we've seen before, zaps his hand. And this is the beginning of the hand violence in this movie. There's so much hand violence.
It's a guitarist nightmare.
It almost, oh yeah.
Or a violinist nightmare.
True. It almost feels like Cozzi was like, like trying to put his own spin on Fulci's eye violence. He's like, I need my own thing. Hand violence. That'll do it. Or like, what if he misheard? Like somebody was like a PA was like, oh, Mr. Cozzi, everybody loves when Lucio Fulci destroys somebody's eyes. He's like, eyes? Hands? You mean hands? All right. We can do that.
What is the sound of one burned hand clapping? Whoosh? Or ouch?
I think it's more ouch.
Okay.
Just keep that thing bandaged up.
The camera's going upside down and all over the place. The synthesizer has got this siren going. And then there's all the cartoon lightning we talked about.
No, you know what that actually is?
What?
That's actually the band being forced to listen to their own music.
It's so sad. They try to escape.
Well, two of them try to escape. I mean, they all leave the house, but two of them try to drive away.
Elena and Mark try to escape together, and they jump in his car, and then he hits what we're going to be told is the invisible barrier.
Yes.
And there's lightning shooting out of the car. She gets out. He's being shocked in the car. Then the car fucking explodes. Mm-hmm. And it's the most expensive thing in the movie.
Well, besides those mannequins.
Yes, the car on fire and the mannequins. That's where all the money went.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote in my notes after this all goes down that they're trapped, I guess.
Yes. They are bugs in a jar, and Beastmaster just got zapped.
The Beastmaster.
And Kate keeps screaming, and they go back inside.
Well, Kate is still lost at this moment. Yeah.
That's right. Kate. They keep hearing Kate scream. That's what I meant to write. They keep hearing her screams coming from somewhere. So Lavinia goes spelunking.
Yeah, I call this the Girls in Tunnels interlude.
Lavinia climbs down to go look for Rita, and then all of a sudden, Elena notices some goop on her arm.
Yeah, a little bit of mold.
Yep, she just talks about the mold, and oh man, we're going to get all kinds of this explanation of the mold in a bit.
Yeah, I did some capital R research on this, so I will report to you.
Holy shit, I can't wait. So Daria goes upstairs. Daria Nicolodi. I just refer to her as Daria because, Sylvia Hackett is her name.
Yeah.
Very exciting name. She sees from the window upstairs that Daniel's beckoning her. He's down by the day for night a pool. There's a pool, and I was so excited because I was like, oh, I love swimming pool scenes, but I don't like swimming pool scenes they're drained swimming pools, unless they're full of leaves.
Or full of skateboards.
Yeah, like Rob Zombie's Halloween remake that everybody loves.
I love it.
So she goes downstairs, she finds Kate in the pool, who, like you said, she's suffering from a skateboarding injury.
She ollied too hard.
Yeah, that half pipe and the waves of the ocean skateboard.
Yeah, she tried for a 360. She could only pull a 180 though. She's a 180 girl.
When you meet someone and you find out they skateboard, do you trust them less?
Define skateboard. I mean, do they play a lot of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Because
no, like they actually own a skateboard with the tiny wheels. Like they're not using it just to get somewhere. They're actually doing tricks.
No, I definitely don't trust that. That sounds satanic to me.
I've seen kids, so I don't fucking trust skateboarders.
Yeah, I only trust big wheels.
We have an inherent trust of big wheels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very trustworthy.
Nice. So Lavinia ends up in the Black Lodge. I mean, she ends up in the Red Room. And there's a photo of Albert fucking Einstein that I did not notice before.
There is. There's also like equations written on the walls of this place.
Yeah.
So it's like did some rambunctious teens break in and like graffiti their math homework on the wall?
Yes. What city is that? Because that has no actual crime. I like it.
I guess they must be in Venice still, right?
Yeah.
Are they?
They're in the less watery part.
Yeah, I mean like all of Venice is watery, I think.
Yeah, as it sinks.
So I think this must be outside of Venice somewhere.
Okay.
That's all right.
The girls are reunited, but Ellen is missing now. And then they notice there's a splatter on the ground. And I apologize for this joke now. The one girl says, let's follow this trail of menstrual blood, shall we?
Yep, you should apologize.
I did. She doesn't really say that. I love that they're theorizing what all this blood is, and they're theorizing about the sound of breathing. They hear this like laborious breathing, and they're following it. And then, holy shit, Elena jumps out, and she looks just as bad as the witch in Demon 6 De Profundis.
She looks as bad as the witch in Revenge of the Blood Beast too.
Oh, nice. I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, the She-Beast. Call it by its proper name, so I don't think it's a good movie I want to see.
She-Beast is a good title, too, yeah.
So, I mean, I literally jumped when this part happened. It's such great jump scare. It got me so good. I was like, mainly because I wasn't expecting anything remotely scary from Paganini Horror.
I was not expecting Steve Bannon to show up in this movie. It was shocking.
Steve Bannon's fucking rum-soaked features. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's just wandering around screen, talking about World War III. What a mess. Leaving that slime trail.
Destabilize that system, man. Bring it down.
I mean, it's not Steve Bannon. It's just Elena, who is cosplaying as one of the California Raisins.
It is pretty gross. This is where the goopy budget went.
Yeah, and this is where we get some real stupid shit being thrown down about history.
Yeah, she dies, and then they talk about this mold, this special mold.
Special fungus, they call it. They say, who's I think it's Lavinia who says it. It says it was discovered in the 18th century and was found on logs floating in rivers and was used to make Stradivarius violins. Which when I heard that, my thought was, that's fucking false. So I looked it up, and yes, it was false.
That's capital R research.
However, what I found that was interesting is that so like Stradivarius violins sound the way they do because of the climate of the particular region for which the guy who made them got the wood. Like the trees, I think it had something to do with like the temperature was really cold throughout the year, so it had like a particular, density to the wood.
Right.
That was kind of like impossible to replicate anywhere else, and hasn't, nobody's been able to do it since until, and then these were articles I found from like 2009 or so, saying that a special fungus, if introduced to certain wood, could create within that wood the same sort of density as the Stradivarius. But that's like in 2009, so like where the hell in 1989 were they getting this information? And it's definitely not how Stradivarius, or I don't know his exact name, it's like Stradivarii, made these violins. So yeah, weird to say the least, and definitely not true.
See, I thought they were going to tie it in with the famous violin, because of course my capital R research was about panini. It was about a hot sandwich named Paganini, who had syphilis, so he was a real hot sandwich.
He's known for syphilis, violins, and sandwiches.
And giving his soul to Satan for one more sandwich. And I'm looking up the famous violin that he played for the rest of his life, but it has nothing about mold or the wood that it's made out of. So.
Mm-hmm. And the best thing is that Lavinia says, I've seen this all before. And she says she saw it on like fucking TV. She was like, yeah, I saw Nat Geo.
It was on Ancient Aliens. And that fungus was brought to you by Ancient Aliens.
By the Martians.
Yeah.
Thanks, Martians.
Oh man, that guy's hair and tan, so good.
Matt Damon? Who are you talking about?
The Ancient Aliens guy. That guy with the hair.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I thought you were going off of Martian. Okay.
So he's going to science the shit out of it. So how can we stop a monster that's not even from this world? That someone asks.
Go to another world.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I have some trivia for this part. Kate knows what to do, and Daria knows what to do, and then Cozzi taking it to the space place.
Space place.
Because space is the place.
Space is the place. Space is the place. Space is the place. Yeah, space is the place.
According to the trivia, Luigi Cozzi's original cut of Paganini Horror was 8 minutes longer, with scenes of planets, galaxies, and parallel dimensions that were supposed to give the movie a stronger science fiction touch. Also more background of Paganini's life and a longer ending.
That is fascinating.
But Cozzi had to cut these scenes on behalf of the producer, who wanted the movie to be more simple and more horror. So again, Cozzi, his true love is always science fiction. And again, he's trying to jam it into movies where it doesn't belong.
I mean, there are definitely science fiction elements in this movie at the very end. And I'm fine with it. I think it works. That sounds pretty bizarre.
It's
and
really
he did that
strange.
same shit in Demon 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was so weird there. So weird.
So just use your imagination if you've seen both movies.
And I like that they're like, let's cut that shit and leave in all of the wandering around scenes. That's great. Great decision making.
Hey, it's day for night. I had a contract. Don't cut any of my scenes.
True.
So they decide to play the music backwards because Jesus fucking Christ, why didn't they think of that first?
Well, you know what? This is all fucked up because if they'd watched The Gate, they'd know that's exactly what you shouldn't do. That's what opens up the gate. There's some really conflicting gate theories here. I'm not into it.
They have opened the gate. Pray it's not too late.
I love it. They should have watched the Ninth Gate as well and went book collecting.
Oh, that's what I do.
I know. They decide that everything's normal now. They actually say, is the invisible barrier finally broken?
Well, they say, like, now we'll see what happens. Nothing happens. But we gotta go check out what happened.
So they go outside, and they're walking cautiously towards where the car exploded earlier. And they're, the moldering corpse of Beastmasters in the car. But then she keeps saying, the barrier, it's free. The barrier, it's free. I'm like, of course it was free, you fucking asshole. Is the invisible barrier in this movie.
Of course! Why didn't I think of it before? What a jerk. What? All right. When we have the gate open, the music is played normally. So to close the gate, we just have to play the music to the contrary.
You mean play it backwards?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, why didn't I think of this before?
The barrier is still there.
I know. I wrote, ha 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 ha, oh my god, LOL, when they find out the barrier's still there.
Yeah, and they yell at the barrier like, bad barrier. How dare you?
It's so funny. If this part where they get shocked again wasn't meant to be funny, then I don't know my business. It was great. Oh, man. I might be mixing up when they did what, but shit, it's so funny. Then the sheet of music bursts into flames. Lavinia gets killed by a rogue mime box.
Yes, that's wonderful. That is the best way of expressing what we are seeing. It's so weird. She gets squished, and it's like, there's like somebody pours blood like maple syrup over her head.
Yes!
And then we get a real gushy explosion when she pops, and it sprays all over everybody.
Oh, and it's so much blood. It's so when they're throwing the blood on the actresses, it's the best. It's the literal best. I enjoyed that. The movie has, for like, how long would you say? Like 20 minutes? Just completely slowed down to a crawl while we just run around and talk.
Yeah.
But this, if you can hang with it, and I certainly was, you can feel rewarded during this bonkers-ass shit. Because, like...
yeah. It ramps real up.
Yeah, now the camera should be going crazy, and the synthesizer siren should be going off, but instead it's just more normal stuff.
So, yeah, Paganini pops up, Panini. He got that retractable violin knife again.
Yeah. He knocks out Kate, and then he comes after Daria, and she almost does a pieces, where she's like, you bastard! She didn't say it enough times.
While we were out here fumbling with that music, the lousy bastard was in there killing her! Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!
And next, he drags Kate. We don't see what happens to Daria. He throws Kate into a cello case and starts to play. That's where you keep a lady.
Uh-huh.
And then he starts to play his violin, and she wakes up, starts screaming, and then the case is on fire. And then, as everyone knows in the classic Paganini stories, that when the clock strikes dawn, he turns into dust?
Well, it was supposed to be a pumpkin, but they couldn't splurge for it.
Oh, yeah.
They waste all the money on those damn mannequins.
But he does turn into another dust treble clef on the ground.
Hell yeah. So what is a treble clef? I thought it was a G note, but I'm stupid, so.
I'm stupid too. I mean, I can't read music, but I think that the symbol that he turns into is actually the treble clef, which is the higher registered notes in music.
Just like this movie. It's a higher registered movie.
Just like that.
That's the movie right there. You don't even have to watch it now.
So he turns to dust, and then Kate falls out of the frickin' thing. It's not on fire anymore. Uh-huh. She's fine. She gets pissed off and picks up the violin and then slams the violin into his ashes and sends it flying.
I really love the idea of slasher villains turning into piles of dust that like represent them, like an insignia.
Yes.
Like that's badass. We need more of that.
Like when she totally like nonchalantly sends all that ash flying everywhere, I was like, imagine if Michele Soave made this movie. That scene would have been in slow-mo, and it would have been like, like so artsy, and like,
listen,
they would have wasted like 1,000 feet of film just to capture the perfect moment, you know?
What I want is when Freddy Krueger dies, he turns into a pile of ash that is his claw, but with a middle finger extended.
And then a dog pees on him and resurrects him.
Does that happen in both Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, or is it just Nightmare on Elm Street?
It's just Nightmare on Elm Street.
I feel like something kind of similar happens in Friday 6. How is he resurrected in that one?
He gets awoken in... No, it's 7. 6 is the lightning rod.
Yeah, well, lightning and piss, pretty much the same thing.
Well, yeah, lightning is God's piss.
Yeah. Because isn't it in Friday 3, it's lightning and piss? Or excuse me, Nightmare 3, yeah. It's piss and lightning. It's not just piss.
Maybe it was the dog's piss that the dog peed fire?
Anyway, I think Donald Pleasence needs to go piss on Paganini. His ashes, that is. Just to see what happens.
Oh my god. So, outside, it's morning or daytime or whatever, and a car pulls up, and it's Daria, and she's wearing her red and black ensemble, and she's with a very pleasant fellow.
Our boy.
A Pleasence fellow. All of a sudden, Mr. Pickett, I don't think we dropped his name in earlier, Donald Pleasence's character is now dapper. He's wearing a little bowler hat. He looks like...
Excuse me, he was always dapper. Always. Dapper-er. He's dapper-er.
Dapper-er. Yeah. He was definitely more dapperer here than he was earlier when he was less dapperer.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Fine.
We find out that Daria is the grown-up version of the little girl.
Shocker.
Dun dun dum.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum.
Dun dun dum. I like that. No one's ever done that before.
And also that he's Satan. Let's not forget that either.
Oh yeah, boring.
Little
demons. Little demons.
Little demons, my
little demons.
Again, capitalist critique. He says that we're stuck in Sylvia's own private hell, which is weird because it kind of feels like our private hell. But so it's apparently like Sylvia replays this murder rampage time and time again with new victims each time. And, time is a flat circle, and this is basically Italian horror Groundhog Day.
Yikes.
And so a new family arrives. We see them in the distance at the house. In a separate, I imagine he meant to say timeline, but it sounds like separate time layer.
That's exactly what he said. I went back. He actually says.
So weird.
They can't see us. They're living in another time layer.
And then Kate's like, but I'm not dead. I'm alive. And then stab.
I win.
Stab.
Yeah, she gets stabbed.
Oh, man. I was kind of hoping that when she fell down, she would never take her hands off the knife. Like she had to hold it to her stomach the whole time. But then they spent the money on the actual stabbing and killed this actress.
Oh.
No, she fell down and the knife was probably like taped to her or something. But I really wanted it to be cheaper than that.
Dapper Don, this is a snuff film? That's messed up. Dapper Don says that, she's dying now because she's a terrible sinner who sold her soul for fame. Like, I guess you can find the hit single Paganini Horror in the 1-cent bin at your local Sam Goody today.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, man, go to Spotify and look up Kate and the Catelets.
If you get 1 million listens, maybe they'll get, like a full What's the Italian denomination of money?
A lira.
A lira. You get 1 lira.
Oh, jeez.
Spotify's real
But
rough.
he actually says to her, I don't like people who sell their souls for fame and fortune. It's like, what do you mean, Satan? What the fuck are you talking of? Of course you love people like that.
Yeah, and also, again, like, define fame and fortune. I don't think this woman has gained either.
Well, this was the pre-Gyrojets era. So my band defines success by we're the 8th best-selling band in the world because we sold 8 copies of our CD. Available now at Amazon.com.
Shameless plug. You're going to hell. Mm-hmm. Donald Pleasence, look for him in your bedroom tonight.
Mr. Pickett, I'm over here.
Mr. Pickett stroking his sack of bread.
Little demons. Little demons. So far I have made no little demons. I promise.
Oh, man. Can you imagine a more terrifying thing to wake up to than bowler-hatted Donald Pleasence standing over you in your bed, stroking a sack and saying, little demons, little demons.
Little demons. Little demons.
You're just describing my erotic fantasies.
Yeah, you've written some fan fiction, or you're going to.
So Daria welcomes the new tenants with a pleasant smile. Oh no, excuse me. Donald Pleasence smiles. I messed up my notes.
She greets them with a Donald Pleasence smile.
I'm such an idiot. He smiles, and then that's pretty much the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
There's credits.
Oh yeah, those old
because there were people who actually made this movie. They're responsible.
Oh my god. I wrote in my notes, if you don't mind, I'd like to go first about how I felt about this movie.
Please.
Because I really am very excited to say, wow, what a curiosity. Like, I feel like if Jack Osborne, like Ozzy Osbourne's son, when he was a baby, was shown Lisa and the Devil, and then asked to write the sequel, like right when he learned how to read, it would be the plot to Paganini Horror.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But also, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. You warned me that it has a dip in a noticeable dip in the pacing. But other than that, and it didn't even bother me when I first watch. I'm really, really happy that you picked this, or I picked this, or the Luigi Cozzi picked this for us.
Yeah, I think so.
This, even though it doesn't deserve it, this needs to be on Blu-ray.
Definitely. Give a double feature of this in Demon 6. Oh my goodness.
How did you like this one?
I'd never even heard of it before. I guess I don't know when we discovered it and put it on our list. It might have been when we did Demon 6, I would imagine.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, this is not a movie that's talked about at all. It doesn't have any sort of reputation, but it doesn't deserve it. It's a bad movie. And it's even bad in comparison to Demon 6, which I think is a roundly more entertaining and even well done film. But I do like this. The highs are quite high, and if it weren't for that, that stretch of, it's not even a terrible stretch, 15 minutes of just aimless wandering, I think I'd rate it much more highly. Throw in that weird moon shit, and I'd be even more into it.
Oh, totally. Let me grab something real quick, just a second.
Uh-huh.
We don't normally reach for this one, but I'm curious to see if Jim Harper, the curmudgeon/author who wrote Italian Horror, this is a...
Is this another case of somebody who clearly hates Italian horror writing about Italian horror?
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, love those. Those are great.
Jim Harper is kind of the reason why I started writing about horror movies, because I just wanted to do something to spite him. Because he's such a fucking negative Nelly, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sure enough, I have Paganini Horror highlighted because it was one of the ones I really wanted to see. Let's see. Venice may be one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, but it's the kiss of death for Italian horror films. He says that Paganini Horror is a third-rate satanic thriller.
Oh my god, I hate that statement because, like, what's so annoying?
What's second-rate?
Like, what are the other ones? Like, Who Saw Her Die, which is good.
Right.
And, like, Don't Look Now, which is set in Venice, which is amazing. Fuck that.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is amazing. It's said that every film has at least one positive feature. In the case of Paganini Horror, it's probably the brief glimpses of Venice. But there's still no reason. But there's still no reason to sit through the whole 93 minutes of hell.
Give me a fucking
What
break.
an asshole.
How do you not say that it's not Little Demon's Pleasence throwing that money down? That's the best moment.
No, this guy, Jim Harper, he wrote another book about slasher films. I think it's called Legacy of Blood. That is actually, he's more positive in that one, but yeah, he is not like Italian horror, especially since, this is insane, Jeffrey, he only reviews stuff from Lucio Fulci's Zombie until 96 with Cemetery Man.
That's weird. But, I mean, Zombie's like 79, right?
Yeah, he doesn't talk about anything older than 79. So none of the Gothic stuff. What? Yeah, it doesn't, no Gialli. The Gialli he cover in here, I think he doesn't like them.
Narrow focus.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I like it because it's a book I own.
Sure.
So, Jeffrey, unless you have anything else you wanted to add about the Panini Horror, what do you want to cover next? I have the behind the scenes. I call it the Jeffrey tapes.
Uh-huh.
And we have a whole list of fun things. Do you want to go Giallo or do you want to go American?
I mean, I want to go Sandwich Shop Massacre, but I don't think that's on the list.
Oh, man. Bring me some bread.
Well, let's see. So we did American. Now we did Italian. We should do another Italian, right?
Yeah, man. Let's see. Demons 5, the snowbound one.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's the one.
That's the one? All right.
That's the one.
I have never wanted to watch that, but we'll do it.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited because you want to see it.
Why not? Because it's like a remake of Mask of the Demon, which is fucking
set with
weird.
skiers or spelunkers or something.
Yeah, we're gonna love it.
More specifically, let's see, Demons 5, La Maschera del Demonio, another 1989.
Great year.
And Lamberto Bava, which means one thing, Jeffrey. The Mo Lambava, the Mo Betta.
The Mo Lambava, Mo Betta.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. That's my favorite soundbite of from our episode 100. I like it even more than episode 100.
Episode 100.
I'm just kidding. I don't like anything as much as that. Well, thank you for joining me, sir. That was fucking insane.
You are welcome. I wish you dreams that are cast in a shade of perpetual blue.
And you stay away from that lava lamp.
I can't help it. I'm drawn in like a bug.
And stay away from every photo of Albert Einstein.
Blah. That's when he has his tongue out. Blah.
Thanks for listening, folks. Good night.
Hello, This is the Doom Show is a proud member of
the Beastmaster
Legion Podcast Network. Please check out the other shows at legionpodcasts.com. If you want more of Hello, This is the Doom Show, check out doomedmoviethon.com or hellodoomedshow.podomatic.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at doomedmoviethon or email the show doomedmoviethon@gmail.com. We're also in the air. Look up.
Looking for something different in your podcast library? Then why not check out the Podcast Under the Stairs? I'm the host Duncan McLeish, and joining me each week will be a special guest as we examine some classic, old school horror favourites, as well as some modern classics. That's not to say that we don't tackle some of the, let's say, more questionable entries into the horror genre. And if all that wasn't enough, we have a subset of shows called Baz v Horror, where our horror novice, the Baz, tackles horror in all shapes and forms to see who will come out victorious. So what are you waiting for? The show can be found at podcastunderthestairs.wordpress.com and on Stitcher and iTunes. The Podcast Under the Stairs is a proud member of Legion Podcast Network. This is Duncan McLeish from Under the Stairs, signing off.